Right, so Ironheart, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Amazing movie. One of the weaker characters in the movie. You know, you can tell she was just added in just to add in, but it doesn't diminish her role. And you never know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe in the future she's got a much bigger role and this figure's going to be super collectible someday. I don't know. But we're going to check it out. This is the first Marvel Legends Deluxe release that I've collected since I started collecting not too long ago. So, you know, let's get her open and look at it. So let's check out the box first, clearly. Here's the front of the box. Side of the box is a full body shot. This looks like computer generated art, so this isn't even it's not an artist rendition and it's not a picture either. It looks like some of the, you know, early computer concepts that they do with these sort of things. Other side is sort of a generic computer generated action shot. Obviously this is a windowless package. I don't think I need to say that. On the back, you got the normal stuff at the bottom. You got the full body shot with her alternate head and everything that comes in the package. And a lot of the effects look pretty cool out here. So hopefully they look good in person too when we open it up. And like I said, she was definitely one of the weaker parts of the movie. She was a little bit overkill. She didn't really need to be in the movie. The movie was great as it was. And she did feel like she was just added in just to introduce another character. It was kind of a forced introduction a little bit. So I wish they did it a little bit better. But overall, the movie was fantastic. I've never, talked about how I like the movie on here before. But it was amazing. It was an amazing follow-up to the first one. And like I said, hopefully in the future they use her character in a little bit better of a way. On the top, you got the Black Panther logo. All right. Let's operate. Right, everything out of the box. So let's go over the figure first before I start putting on accessories, because we're gonna obviously take a look at the articulation. It's probably gonna be easier without her accessories on. So let's check out her unmasked head first, because that's what she comes with. And I'll put some shots on the screen of the real actress that plays her, so we can compare the two. I can say the likeness is a little off. It's not 100% like her. I do like the two tones in the hair, the cornrows in the hair, I think are very well done. I just don't think the likeness in the face looks all that like her. The head looks a little small too for the body. See how long and big the legs are? And the head just looks proportionally not, like it doesn't match the rest of the body. But maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe, it looks different because she's got all the armor underneath. Because if you imagine, a physical human body under here, I guess it does make sense, maybe. But to me, just looking at it, it looks a little bit small. It's got a little bit of a long neck and a tiny head to me. So while we're on the heads, let's just check out the masked head too. Brr. Get in there. That was a little bit of a struggle to get on. The masked head looks nice for sure. With the rest of the body, it fits in proportionally. It covers up some of her neck, that long neck that shows when she has her unmasked head. So I'm going to keep her on my shelf for sure with the masked head on. And going back to her unmasked head, I actually really like the eyes now that I'm looking at it up close. I think the eyes look great. They did a great job on those. All right, so let's go over the articulation a little bit now that we've actually seen the figure. Go over the details a little bit. Again, I'm going to put some screenshots here. Some of the screenshots are actually kind of hard to find. Maybe they're easier to find now that Black Panther's on... Wakanda Forever is on Disney+. But it's kind of hard to find clear shots of her armor. The circle that Iron Man has, she's got this blue V right here, and it goes to heart right there, you know what I mean? Ironheart, get it? You know, that's her thing. So it looks pretty good. I like the colors. The color scheme is good. It's got that, you know, that Corvette sort of red. The I don't know. It's not a very gold. I don't know what you want to call this. It's like a cross between a gold and a silver. So it's not quite Iron Man colors, but it's close. And then the black accents on everything, right? So the gold and the black accents on everything. Overall, the details in the sculpt going down, you can see some of those right there. Go down to the legs. The legs are pretty smooth. They're pretty plain. All the way down to the feet. I actually like these feet, but I don't know what it means for posability. We'll see when we look at the articulation, but I don't know. I don't know how you can pose her necessarily. Oh, the whole thing rocks up. Okay, we'll check out that in a minute. She's got the big knee pads here with the gold accent on top. I like the look of that. This isn't gold, right? It's silver, the big silver like rivet thing on her hip. That looks pretty cool. Going around to the back. Got a couple holes there. I'm sure some of her accessories are going to go in there. And she doesn't get a lot of screen time in the movie, to be honest, in the suit. So I didn't even sort of recognize these things as she had them. But I guess, you know, maybe I'll see when I do the research for this video. But she's got these like shields right here, I guess. Maybe there's a weapon on here too. I'm sure we can attach some stuff to this, which we'll see in a minute. But she's got those arms there, arm guards. Head articulation, we saw the ball joint in there. Look up, down. There's not real side to side. There's no real rocking in the head. And then exorcism. And like I said, she's got a pretty tall neck. When she looks up, man, looking from the front, that's, I don't know, looks crazy. She looks like a giraffe. But if you put the head down like that, obviously, it looks good. She's got these big hard plastic shoulder pads on the arms. To the arm, though, it's not attached to the shoulder, so it does go all the way around, it looks like. Where that's gonna prevent the arm is it's going to prevent it from going up. The arm cannot go up past that point right there. So it's going to limit her posability for sure. But I know a lot of the people in mech suits like Iron Man and stuff too, especially, a lot of his figures do have limited posability options too, because they try to make it within the confines of the armor. And the armor is not as flexible as just, you know, having, you know, bare skin or something like that, or clothing, just regular plastic clothing carved in there. So I guess it works. You be the judge of that. There's a swivel there at the top. This does move around. This is a loose piece, it looks like, so it can go around. I wonder if you could take it off. I guess you can. If you take the hand off, I'm sure you could take that off. So elbows. We got double elbows, so she does get around pretty good, just like that. She does come with replacement hands. These hands are fisty hands. And obviously there's not much maneuverability with this thing on. But like I said, I'll mess around with it. You can probably take these off. Yeah, see, those come right off, and you can switch the hands out. So you can take these off if you want to. I'll leave that one off for now. And then get back to the punching hand. So the punching hand, forward, backwards. Round in a circle. Round in a circle. All right, torso. Articulation there. Obviously, you can go all the way around. There's nothing below that point. This is the typical Marvel Legends female articulation from what I'm learning, which is articulation on the sort of upper chest, is what I'm calling it to be polite. And then the waist, there's nothing down here. So some of the figures have articulation right there, but none of the females do. That's just the way it goes, okay? All right, so going to the legs, let's see. So they go up and they spin out a little bit. You can't put them straight up, it looks like, because this is all hard plastic, right? So that's hitting right there. So if I'm going straight forward, that's as high as I can go. And then you have to turn it to get it out a little bit, if that makes sense, which obviously looks a little funky, looks a little unnatural. So you're not going to do that. So the legs, you're probably not going to do much with. The legs going down to the feet and everything. So we got double knee joints here. See how far she can get back. That's actually pretty far back. There's a lot of range here. These are big joints, you know. She's got big honking legs, big honking robot legs. So, you know, you can, if you have a flying stand, you know what I mean? You can get some cool flying poses for sure. And that heads us down to the feet. So the feet, this looks like it's just one piece. I thought these might be independent, but I guess that doesn't make sense. So they're just like this, but there's nothing else here. You can just go forward and backwards. There's no side to side, there's no around. So literally she's just gonna be standing there. Like, I don't think you can get any different poses with those legs the way they are, and she won't stand up. So if you have one of those clear stands, those flying stands, I would get one of those for her, for sure, if you're gonna display her. I wasn't exactly sure how this goes on the back. It's hard to tell. I don't have her costume memorized or anything, but they made the pegs so they only go in one way. So you can tell if you look at the pegs. Let's see if I can do this through my camera. Maybe not. But there's two pegs you have to line up, right? There's one at the top and one sort of in the middle, and they can only go on one way. All right, both of those are on. She definitely looks way more hefty and definitely more intimidating with those on. Those thrusters, I guess you could say. Obviously there's, you know, that's thrust right there, and maybe some weapons shoot out here and stuff. But she looks cool with those on for sure. So let's look at accessories. We have an energy blast here. So you can put an energy blast coming out of her blaster, and it's got this little smoke trail thing that I think this goes in, but it doesn't seem to like stay there very well. So if you're pointing it forward, it's just like flopping down. So maybe I'll play with it a little bit, see if I find a trick or something. Maybe going in from the other angle. I don't know, maybe. But that's what it looks like essentially. And I like this effect. I like the translucent blue energy effect, and I really like this gray smoke effect. It's going from dark gray, gets a little bit lighter as it goes. I think that's pretty cool. There's a little hose. This hose hooks to the right side blaster, I guess, looking at the pictures on the box. These little guys are the bottom, the energy effects from the thrusters on her back, so we'll put those in next. She's got hands. And the hands have a hole in the middle. And then she's got this heavy duty like energy blaster that goes on her hand, I guess. At least that's what it shows on the box. So the details on this are pretty cool. I like the light blue sort of energy showing there. And the sculpt is pretty cool. There's a little hole there for the wire that we saw earlier, or the hose. I don't know if it matters what side you put these in at, but let's get them in there. So it's sort of the energy, the blaster, blasting her through the air. Zoom. Okay, so the energy blaster, on the box it's on her right hand. So you have to take the hand off, you have to take the arm guard off, and then you just stick her arm in there, right? You'll never even see the hand anyways. Then this hose hooks to the bottom there like we saw. And I couldn't even figure out where it hooked to. So I brought it all the way around to the back. And I guess it's right there. There's a hole right there. But this hose, like, doesn't even... It's not super flexible. It does not seem like it wants to go over here. But we'll try, I guess. And I like how they put a hole on each side. I don't know if you can see that. They put a hole on each side, so if you want to make her, you know, put the gun in her other hand, you can. You can choose whichever side you want. It's in. It needs to be a little bit more flexible. Or they needed to put this hole over here or something. Like, it's a little, I don't know. It looks a little unnatural, I guess, where it's going. But essentially, that's, you know, that's the way it should be done. Hole right there. Hole right there. Blaster with no hand. And now she's got that giant, you know, energy beam blaster ready to go. Alright, so her open hands she comes with have a hole in them. The hole is clearly for this energy thing. Just like Iron Man, you know, shooting out his energy. The problem is the articulation in the hand is not very good. So I feel like I'm going to break it. That's as far as it goes back. Essentially, it's just going to stay flat against her arm, right? So she's going to be shooting the ground. So you can do it a little bit, not as much as in Iron Man. She's still going to be pointed to the ground. But the only way you can do it is to take the fist out, do it as much as you can, and then put it back in, but don't put it in sort of all the way, or it's going to start poking down again. And then it will stay up. You got to loosen it up real good. You got to do it when it's not there. So let's put the energy piece on and see it again. All right, so it definitely stays on better if you put this first and then the energy, sort of sticking it to the hand. It's definitely more sturdy like that. Is more sturdy a word? I don't know. Does that make sense? No. But anyways, it definitely looks good, better after you play with it a little bit. The effect. And you can put the effect in both hands if you want. You don't have to have this gun on. Her other hand, she's got 2 hands and 2 set of effects too. So overall, the figure's not bad. It's not an exciting character. There's definitely some reuse here, probably in just the effects, but it was a deluxe release, obviously, because it's got to be a complete full new sculpt, I would imagine. No other characters have looked like this exactly before. So I'd say it's okay, but I would look for it for a discount. Like, I got this at Target on sale for, I don't know, it was like 20 something dollars. Do not pay $50 for this. I definitely say it's not worth that. If you're a really big fan of the character, maybe it is. But until they do something bigger with the character, make her something better, then I think her popularity is not gonna really pick up or anything. She's got some cool effects, cool accessories. She's very hard to get to stand up, I'm telling you. She can only go with a super generic pose in her legs, which we'll see when I pull the camera out a little bit. Because these action poses that I've tried, these legs are not conducive to her standing up. Because they don't move at the ankle at all, right? All you move is the foot forward and backwards. So she's super hard to get to stand. You need a flying stand for her for sure. But I do like the color scheme. I think the sculpt is pretty close to the pictures I'll put on screen of her costume. Some of the colors are a little bit off, especially from the early concept art. Like the inside of the foot on some pictures is red. This black part right here is red. So there are some coloring issues too. So this isn't the strongest Marvel Legends figure, but it's pretty cool. So that's what I'd say. If you can get it at a discount, get it at a discount. If you want to pass it up, pass it up. You're not missing much. Congratulations for making it to the end of a video. Thanks for the support by subscribing and following. My links below. And if you want cool merch like our Bloody Star channel shirt, go to shop.enemyzero.com. Take care.